Hey, welcome everyone. We're going to get started in a few seconds here. It's 11 a.m. Eastern. Happy Friday. And let's get into this. 1 second, just got to get set up here. Please manage your risk. It is a Friday going into the weekend. And if you're going to hold any overnight positions, just be careful.
Recording in progress.
Welcome everyone to Stock Snipers Trading. Thanks everyone for joining. My name is Ron. My partner is Dave. It is 11 a.m. Eastern. It is Friday, April 17th. Happy Friday. Juma Mubarak to everybody. And guys, let's get into it. We're going to have a quickie of a session. We're going to go for 2 hours. And then I got to wrap it up at 1 p.m. I got to go to my son's school, pick them up, his whole basketball team, majority of them, and we're going out to a basketball game. So guys, let's get into this. Let's not waste any time. Thanks everyone for joining. Hit the like, subscribe to the channel. And we're going to look at just real quick. This was after, I don't know why it's always like this, but after our calls, that's when sometimes the move happens. It's two times now this week. It's happened right after we end our call. The move is made. So you guys remember yesterday I took this gold sell right here. It pushed down. I was still in it. It came right back into that point of control, continue push down. This is right when we ended the call right over here at 120. It came right in there again, lower high, and the call ended. And right here going into 130, the big push down. That's when it came back down. That's when I secured 80% and I left 20% running for over 100 pips. And then it came down, and then you see what can happen. Come right back into that point of control, and you saw how it was consolidating. So that was yesterday's trade, guys. Right after the call, we hit our profits. But things like that happen. Sometimes you got to allow it time to develop, and that's how trading works, guys. Okay, so we will do gold, NASDAQ. Unbelievable all-time highs. These are the weekly candles. So just look at NASDAQ on the weekly. This zone right here, which was previous all-time high, stretched into the future. You see wick, stretched into the future. This might turn into the point of control next week. So if we close strong like this, 5.5 more hours to go, 6 hours, if this follow this volume, this should be your weekend analysis, whether you do weekly, daily, hourly, whatever you're doing. But if that closes above, I'm going to turn that zone into green, and 26,000 could be, if the market pulls back next week, might bounce off of there, and who knows how high this can go, because now we have a Strait of Hormuz open, and the markets are rallying. Oil is dropping. Stock markets are driving all-time highs, and we got some peace negotiations. So that's an unbelievable pump on NASDAQ. So we'll keep an eye on that, okay? News, guys, this is our Friday news. Everything that's happening. I didn't know they just scheduled this. Donald Trump is scheduled to speak at 2 p.m. Eastern, okay? So just be careful, right? This is right before, 2 hours before markets close. President Trump is speaking. Where is he speaking? He's due to speak at an event hosted by Turning Point USA in Arizona, okay? He spoke yesterday. Anytime he's speaking, you guys have to be aware that the markets can move, and it's right before market close. So I would be extra cautious on this, okay? Iran's Foreign Minister Ergachi, passage for all commercial vessels through the Strait of Hormuz is now officially open for the remaining period of the ceasefire, okay? So this is not 100% set in stone. This is due to the Israeli and Lebanese holding off ceasefire, and then they opened this up. You can see we're getting news right now, like U.S. intel official, Iran holds thousands of missiles and one-way attack drones. What do we got here? But there's lots going on. I'm not going to have time to read all this. Trump is even speaking. Iran has agreed to never close the Strait of Hormuz again, from Truth Social. We have yet to see the full effect of geopolitical events on bank balance sheets. Iran agreed to everything according to News Nation. So you can see there will be news throughout this Friday. So please be careful, okay? Earnings, guys. Netflix shit the bed yesterday. Thank goodness I got out of those call options prior to earnings. That's why sometimes I tell everyone when you're going into a volatile session, whether it's a market open, whether it's FOMC, whether it's Friday afternoon going into 2 p.m. before Donald Trump speaks, or you're holding Netflix call options. Sometimes you don't need to go right through to the earnings, because if I did and I held those, and they expired today, and with that big drop, they would have expired worthless. So I'm ecstatic that I got out with some money. I don't trade the would have, should have, could have happens scenarios. I trade to make money. Okay, so that's my job. When I go in the money, we got to do something. That's what I do. I've learned so many lessons over the years trying to hold for bigger. It yielded over 50% return. That's a phenomenal return for holding options for 2 days. And not even going into the earnings. Okay. Yes, it could. Someone can say, well, Ron, if the earnings were great, you could have made 100 or 200%. Absolutely. But those would have, should have. What about now if we have the conversation? I would have held them and they're expired worthless. So these situations, guys, think about that. As a trader, when you're in the money, start to think about stop loss, break even, taking partials, do something, have a plan. Trading plan will get you further in life in trading, okay? This is now, just look at earnings next week. What do we have real quickly? I'm just going through it. Any big names at the top? United Health, GE, okay, that's on Tuesday. Continuing ISRG, that's that intuitive, it's in NASDAQ. They are reporting. We've got Boeing reporting, AT&T reporting, Tesla next week, Wednesday after the close, Tesla, IBM. Okay, so just some notable names, what to look for next week. Intel Corporation also Thursday after the close. And what do we have? Procter & Gamble. And finally, that's our earnings next week, okay? So next week, we will be in our stock and options boot camp. There's still, you have today and tomorrow to sign up. We're getting a lot of emails. You're welcome to sign up, guys. You get a one-on-one, the 3-month premium plan, and the 6-day stock and option boot camp. It's one of the best deals we've ever done at SST. And just the one-on-one is worth it alone. Because then we can really, I'm doing it with you, and we can really discuss a trading plan, personal plan, talk to what's working well for you, but help coach sessions. So that's, you get that in the 6-day boot camp and the 3-month premium plan with everything. Stock market notches one of the fastest turnarounds in years. The U.S. stock market surged to record-breaking territory this week. It's unbelievable. Shorts are getting squeezed unbelievably like lemons right now. Betting on shorting the market. I'm looking at maybe potentially, if the market cools off, some NVIDIA puts just to cool off NVIDIA. It's trading at over 200, maybe 190, 185. It doesn't have to hit right away 185. It can get down and you're making money. So that's what I might be looking if the market potentially cools off, which I do not see it cooling off right now. Bitcoin, what a day for Bitcoin, up almost 5%. Bitcoin's fragile recovery sets up a big short squeeze risk too. We could see Bitcoin, we were saying, going up to 80,000, no problem. Remember 2 weeks ago we were saying this? It's been consolidating in between 60 and 70,000 for months now. So now that accumulative volume is breaking out to the upside. So we could see 80,000 potentially this weekend. What else we got going on? Tech stocks rally, widening beyond semiconductors and into software. So what else we got? Iran reopens the Strait of Hormuz, but Trump says blockade on Iranian ships and ports will stay in force. Oil tumbles 10% as Wall Street rallies toward another record after Iran reopens the Strait of Hormuz. So sometimes when you see this, the Strait of Hormuz opening, more oil moves through, more supply, then there's less demand, and then prices fall. That's where you can look to short these type of things. Oil securities in the stock market, okay? Continue moving forward. Guys, some trade signals, ideas over here. The long on NASDAQ hit over 200 pips. We have a sell signal on gold, but it's not there yet. We'll look around 48.50 on our call if it comes down there. It hasn't materialized. And crypto, the Bitcoin swing, full TP, big move. And guys, free Telegram channel for everyone on YouTube. Thank you guys, 150 viewers. Hit the like, subscribe to the channel, join this free Telegram. You get all of our upcoming live sessions. Guys, I'm going to do a couple of those 15-minute videos this weekend and upload them, maybe one on Saturday, one on Sunday. And also Sunday, I'm going to do a top-down analysis on NASDAQ. So one of those 15, 20-minute videos. You guys really like the gold one. I will highlight points of interest, show alerts. Please, guys, watch these videos, subscribe to the channel because they are good value you can get out of them, and I'm going to keep them short and sweet. What else we got going on? And if you guys still want to join that bootcamp, what I was just talking about, there is a link in here in that free Telegram. And also, if you visit the website, we'll have a link here, and you can email us, and we'll give you the new promo code for it. Okay. And if you want to join the team, tons of education. Myself and Dave. There's so much education. It will take me 2 hours to go through all the education. Live sessions. We'll update the schedule next week. But I'm telling you guys right now, Dave is in New York next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and I'll be in the boot camp all week. It's a live boot camp. We're doing Monday all the way in a Saturday session. They're recorded, they'll be recorded and uploaded to the website if you can't make it. And I'm starting them at 11 a.m. Eastern this time. And we're going to go till possibly 2 to 3 p.m. maximum. Okay, guys? And perfect, guys. And thank you for all the subscribes. We're almost at 97,000. Okay, so let's get right into this. We're going to start off with top-down analysis on gold. I'm going to talk a little faster because we have a 2-hour session. So Ron's going to start yapping now. So make sure you understand what I'm saying. If you have questions, please keep the questions pertaining to what we're doing. Don't ask me about where USD JPY is going to move in the next 2 months. I don't know. Okay, I'm not looking at that security. We're looking at gold right now. So questions pertaining to gold. If you want to learn how to do a top-down analysis, then this is the time to learn. Right now in the 5 minutes, we had a massive move pushing up. It pulled back, made some support, came back up. You can see the double top coming back down, but not breaking down, coming back up. This top is still holding, and we could see it now push down, okay? Remember, we're watching that 48.50 level, just below this support right over here. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Welcome, everyone. Dennis, Conrad, Carla, thank you guys for joining. I hope you guys are having a great Friday and gonna have a good weekend. Everyone on YouTube, welcome. Danish, Rocky Stone, welcome. North End Kuser, welcome. Mohammed, Juma Mubarak, welcome, boss. Farmchi, welcome, guys. Welcome to everybody. Okay, so let's get into it. We've said our welcomes. Let's go, because we got 2 hours now. Starting off on the daily. I'm going to move faster, okay? And if you guys want to learn this, how to do top-down analysis, we have a million videos on YouTube showing how to do this. Every time we start a call, there's a top-down analysis. But if you watch that video we did about gold on Sunday, that one will really help you out, okay? So right there's all-time high of gold, bringing it down to my zone of interest. It's a resistance supply zone right now. You can see when we came into it, we pushed away from it. Okay, so that's highlighted. From the all-time high where we dropped, that point of interest right there, 4,400, yellow line. And I can see the zone below it right there was the previous all-time high of gold stretching into the future. I have blue volume above. I'm going to flip the zone to green and stretch it into the future. So you can see we bounced nicely off of there. There was that liquidity grab on the Monday and continued to push up right now. Okay, so we are moving up on the daily. However, above us, we do have supply and resistance, so it could come in again and go right back down, and we're looking for bottoms to continue go up right now. Points of interest to continue with this off of that wick, there's the bodies. Whenever you see consecutive bodies close, an ignited bar open, and a retest of that location, just draw a line and put an alert there if you like. Look at the number. 4650 is a psychological number. So continuing off of here, you see right there, it stopped, it pivoted. There's the bodies. right there, body stop, push back down. There's another pivot right there. So you see how I'm figuring out my daily points of interest, and at each one of these, I can add an alert. I can add an alert up here, right click, add an alert, create. I can add an alert back down to this one. If it comes down, add an alert. I can add an alert just above that green zone, add an alert, okay? So you see I have 3 clocks now. Clock, 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 alerts there. Anytime the volume trades to this line, that line, or this line, I will be alerted. That does not mean I just go in, trade blind, and hope for the best. You watch your particular time frame. Some of you guys are 30-minute traders, 15-minute traders, 5-minute traders. Some of you guys are hourly traders. You watch your particular time frame and you recognize your patterns, your clues. Was there liquidity grabbed? Is it respecting the area? Is it bouncing off of it? Do you see your bullish engulfing bars? Do you see a hammer? Do you see rejections? All of those things. We can have the same conversation whether you're a swing trader or you're a scalper. It's the same conversation. Scalpers are on the 1 minute, 5 minutes. Swing traders are on the 4-hour daily candles. Same shit, different time frame, okay? Continuing to move forward now. Look how beautiful my chart looks. That took me 1 minute to do. Now I gotta start to dissect more so what's going on this week. So Monday starting. Big bearish candle Monday. Big wick come back up. Look at the transition. Follow the transitions, guys. That was a massive rejection. Close and look at how the continuous body opened. Bullish ignited. Beautiful. 47.40. You can even now place an alert in here if you like. More for intraday trading if you like. I'm placing an alert in there right there. Okay. So coming up, big bullish candle. Did it close above the structure of the previous? Yes. Okay. So the answer is yes. So that's a big structural body. Cut that body in half and find the point of control of that. How do we do that? Real quickly. Fibonacci tool, opening price, closing volume. Guys, we're learning a lot right now. We're learning a lot. There's 50% at 47.90. See a body close. This was a crazy body yesterday. And look at where it closed and look at where we opened today. If I want to find now the point of control, right there. 618-382, your golden zone. Is it still being respected? Yes. Is gold moving up? Yes. Is gold moving higher highs? Yes. Is gold making higher lows? Yes, yes, and yes. Okay, so it's bullish right now on this particular move off of the green zone. Coming up, pull back, higher low, new high, pull back, higher low, continue to go up. But we are going against now sellers coming from the all-time high, okay? So it could come up and go back down, or we're continuing to break through here. But look at this big body right here. This big black body on March 18. Does this not look like a structural candle that closed below those bodies? So that's a structural candle. I need to do the same thing. Just like how I found that green box on there, I got to find the red zone on this body. How? Same shit. But you guys know from our first video, bearish candles open from the top and close at the bottom. The price is going down. Okay, very simple. Where's 50%? Right there. 49.15. Can I draw my bearish zone off of there? Very simple, guys. Hit the likes on YouTube if you're learning right now. Subscribe to the channel. You're learning how to do a top-down analysis and find the consolidated price. I'm doing it on the daily. I'll bring it down to the 5 minutes. Okay, now do you guys see what's going on here? And then you can move your zones backwards. So we are in this flag right now, okay, where it's blue, black. It came up yesterday, got rejected, and we're coming back up blue. It could open next week and we're coming back down. If it closes above here, we could make this zone green, and then we're driving right up to the next yellow line. If you're an intraday trader, right there, you got 3 bodies, okay? See how easy this is? We can get our kids doing this. Close, open, drop. 5,000. Okay, now let's dissect today's candle. Let's move with today's volume. Okay, it opened right there, 47.90. I have it marked. It was initially bearish today. Bearish, bearish, bearish. It was coming down. It did the job. It filled the wick. But when it did that, it came right back up. So we have a low of the day, purple line. We are moving away from it right now. Okay, low of the day was 4767. Okay, and pushing up back to the opening balance. Now look at the buyers. Their job is to continue to backfill the wick. Have they done their job? Yes. Okay. Have they got above this point of interest right here on the daily? Yes. That's where a particular body closed and opened right there. So yellow line. Now, if we come down, that yellow line, 48.40, could be support. So if we're looking to short it from 48.50 to 48.40, that's a $10 move. That's 100 pips. But when it gets down there, we have to be careful. We got to understand that that could be support to bring it right back up. If it breaks that, yes, then we could start to fall down even further. Okay. So look at it. We pushed above that. We even got above Wednesday's wick. So we have a new weekly high. Monday to Friday is our weekly trading schedule. We have a new weekly high. It's right there. Where? At the bottom of the Fibonacci zone that we just did. Look how perfect that is. Like, we are not guessing. That what I do is I eliminate the guesswork. Okay? You cannot cheat mathematics. You cannot lie Fibonacci ratios. I am sorry. You can't do that. That's where it came in. The highest location, 48.90, just happens to be the lowest point of our red box. That's where the sellers are offering right now. No surprise. And that's what's creating the wick right now on our candle, okay? And yes, we could pump right back up and break that, and then we're going to drive into the red zone right to the point of interest, the 50%, 49.12. Yes, it could potentially break and come to the top of the red box, 49.33. Exactly, okay? Now, that's on the daily analysis. And when I look at the overall pattern, what I see is a move, a pattern I recognize where it comes down. All of that is one bottom. All of this is one move coming up, one leg down, one leg up, and we're right in here. So this is where it could potentially come back down, push all the way down, but each successive line is a line of support until it's not just going to come down black and just do that unless there's some critical news in the market. But we could continue to break through this. If we close above there, let's say today, I'm going to make that red zone green. We could be pulling back and then it continues. And this is resistance. We could break through. That's resistance. And if we break through again, right there, you see the point of interest. I could do this all day with you guys. Okay. Right there. But now what I do is from the daily, we're going to now dissect the daily candle and move it into either 4-hour increments or hourly. I prefer hourly. And then we see the hourly candles. So you can see how they were trading. Each candle now is 60 minutes. They have their structural candles. They have bearish candles. They got bullish candles. They have wicks. They have clues. They have this big bullish, crazy hourly candle coming out at 8 a.m. COMEX, big news. Is that a structural candle? Absolutely. It closed above everything to the left. How can we not do some type of analysis on that body? So what am I going to do? The same exact shit I just did on the daily, I'm doing now on the hourly. Look, that's a structural bar. Yes. Grab your Fibonacci tool. Opening price, closing price. Same thing. But this is an hourly candle. So now I cut it in half. I'm going to cut it in half. But notice now I'm not using a yellow line. I'm using a white line. White line represents hourly. So I know that this is an hourly point of interest. That hourly body of volume has an hourly point of control as well. Hourly point of control. You know what I used to do too, if you like? You see how it's a green zone? I do green for everybody to represent like a buying zone, but this is green and that's green. That might confuse people. But what I do is, see when this green zone, I have a yellow line, I know that that's a daily zone. See this green box with the white line? It reminds me it's an hourly zone. Do you guys understand how I color coordinate everything? Okay, because if the 5-minute candles are coming in here, someone might think, oh, this is maybe a daily zone. No, it's an hourly zone because there's a white line there. That's how I distinguish the different time frames. Same thing if I do a 5-minute big bullish candle and I find that it's a same thing. If this was a 5-minute candle, I use a red line and then a green point of control. Then if I know I'm pulling back on the 1 minutes, I know I'm pulling back into a 5-minute zone. I know if it's an hourly zone. I know if it's a daily zone. Guys, sorry for talking so fast, but I want to make this clear in case you're doing some homework over the weekends that you guys are aligned with the way how I do my charting. And maybe it makes sense if you guys know what I'm doing, okay? So that's an hourly point of control. Have we came in here? No. So I'm going to put an alert in there just in case we come in there. Today, tomorrow, next Wednesday, next Friday, 3 months from now. I don't know when gold will come back in here, but when it comes in, I'm ready for it. Okay. There's and look, we closed right at the high. It opened. Here was the pullback at 9 a.m. Pullback, shallow, came right back up, popped that wick. How many of us know the firecracker approach? Pop wick and continue to drive. It drove up to our daily high, rejected. So we have now like an hourly push down coming from the all-time, from this daily supply zone. Lower high, but now we're not making a new lower low. So it's in this pennant right now where it's just consolidating. So you see, I can start to trap the hourly volume. As soon as this candle closes in 34 minutes, it looks like maybe we're consolidating, let's say like right around here. Could be the flag. Could be a bullish flag to take us back up, or it could be pulling down. But do I see now an hourly point of interest? You see there, that was 60 minutes of trading. Came up, closed right there. Another 60 minutes of trading came up, rejected back down, and closed right there. So look at now, I'm placing a white line there, 48.80. An hourly candle closed there, hourly candle open there. The next hourly candle right now, excuse me, let me just drink some water. And when you talk fast, you lose your voice. See the close right there? This hour we came up. It was bullish. Look at where we got rejected. Right there. Hourly point of interest. Now they're pushing it down. So this hourly volume, bears, sellers have job to do to break that low. They have not broke it yet. Okay. So it's still a higher low coming right back up. This is the spin top candle. This is the indecision. This candle has 32 more minutes to go. This is not a 5-minute candle. So it could come back up and break above here. It could go back down and break for a new low. Or it could just trade inside here. Okay. So now when I look at my hourly kind of legs, I see a big, strong bullish leg. I see now it's coming down, but is it coming all the way down where it took off? Is it coming down to there? Or is it just flagging inside here and it could flag right, continue to go up bullish? Or we could start slowly to break down. This could be a double top to take us down to there, okay? Just like any other pattern you recognize, okay? Now, going on to the 5 minutes. 5 minutes, we're strong when... Starting at 7:40, you can see 8 a.m. There was COMEX, news, boom, breakout. Okay. I can look on these 5-minute candles and find structural candles. I can do all of this too, the same thing with these 5-minute candles. Now we are in a nasty cluster of shit range in between the white lines. You guys know the white lines are the hourly resistance and support. Look at our 5-minute candles, how they're trading in here. Is this good volume to be trading? Well, yeah, if you're scalping, like you can measure the range from the bottom to the top is $20 move. That's 200 pips. So if you're buying, you're getting 200 pips. If you're selling, you're getting 200 pips. If you're buying, you're getting 200 pips. If you're selling, you're getting 200 pips. You can see scalper's paradise in here can hit 1,000 pips. If you trade just two black candles, you're getting 50, 100 pips. If you're buying 2 blue candles, you're getting 50 and 100. Okay, but overall, we are in a flag. Okay. Overall, we're just going inside here and it's just going sideways. Okay. So we got to see, will it continue to, with the buyers accumulating, will it break for a new daily high and we get up there? Or with the sellers accumulating, are we going to start to break down here? Do you guys understand what I'm saying by this? Right now, it's just moving sideways. I know someone's going to say, well, Ron, yes, it's going down, up, down. I understand. But the whole overall cluster is just in a range. We're not trending anymore, not like this big bullish volume that came up. Okay. So now sellers are accumulating, buyers are accumulating, sellers are accumulating, buyers are accumulating, sellers are accumulating, buyers are accumulating. We're now barcoding right now. But when I look at the 5-minute candles, I see a lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, pushing down, right? But when I look at the buyers, I see a higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. So we need to see something. We need to see the sellers start to break down for a new low and close below this hourly range to make a resistance, or we got to see buyers push for a new high and close above this hourly resistance to make it support. Okay. That's what we got going on. I can't change the volume, but this is what we got analyzing during this session. Okay. So I just want to clean up my charts now. right? Add some fancy indicators. I don't need to use indicator, but if we want to use indicator, let's just look at our 5-minute RSI. Let's pull up our scanner here and see. It will tell us actually all of the time frames, what gold is doing, not the volume profile. Where is it? Right over here. Hit the likes, guys. Almost 300 viewers on YouTube. Thank you, guys. Here's gold, okay? So 5 minutes is sitting right at 50 RSI, right at the midpoint. RSI oscillates from 0 to 100. 50 is the cut line. It's right at the, we're not overbought, we're not oversold. We're right in the middle. 15-minute is 63. 30 minutes is now getting in a little bit overbought territory at 70. Hourly is almost overbought. 4-hour is ranging to be overbought. So we're in this range right now. If you guys are looking at GBP JPY, we're getting oversold conditions. 15-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour. I'm not saying to just go to GBP JPY and just buy blindly. Do your analysis. Also, oil. Oil is oversold right now on the 30-minute, hourly, and the 4-hour. This is how you can utilize this kind of scanner to figure out, maybe today I want to trade oil. I want to look for buy positions on oil. I don't want to trade gold today because it's just in a range, right? So you can be selective with what you want. That's the SSD scanner indicator. And you can change the securities to whatever securities you guys want. You just go in settings and play with it and do whatever you want with it. Okay. Now 9 EMA, we're right at the 9 EMA. There it is, that green line. 200 EMA is all the way down here. Now I see the 200 EMA. See, guys, now I know the white line, the green zone, it's an hourly zone, and the 200 EMA is coming right in there. So for example, if there was just a big black move that just came down there, that would be potentially a good opportunity to look for a nice pullback buy out of there if it does something like that, right? Obviously, it would be better to buy in the daily point of interest, but I take it one structural zone at a time. Does that make sense? I just need to know that it makes sense to you guys. All clear, Mickey? If it's all clear to you, I've done my job. I don't know if I can get through to 500 people on today's call, but if I can get through to one person, that's it. I've done my job. You know, it's like a kind of like a one-on-one with one person. They understand what I'm doing. My job is done today. But if we can get 200, 300, 400 people understanding and making it all clear, we're doing fantastic. And you guys understand then why patiently waiting in these zones for high probable setups? That's why when traders just say, when they don't teach you this shit and then they just say, oh, be patient and disciplined. What does that mean? All my life, everyone was telling me, Ron, be patient and disciplined. But what does that mean? Okay, I'm a patient person, but I didn't know you got to wait for these higher time frame zones. When someone was just saying, be patient, okay, I'm patient and I'm waiting for the next candle. And then I would always get stopped out. I never understood, okay, waiting down here. Why? Because there's more, the volume has not came down here. So there's more pending buyers, pending bit, like in a depth of market, order blocks. Someone said, Ron, explain an order block. That's an order block. It's being developed. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the more that this blue volume diverges away from these zones, there's still pending orders. They're coming in there and they're just sitting there. They're waiting to be executed, right? They're waiting. So if the market comes down there, it might pick up all those orders, execute them, pick them up, build, and then diverge away, right? That's it. And also understanding that they're not just buy orders in there. There also could be sell orders in here. There could be sellers that want to sell gold. If it comes down here, they want to sell it down to this block. You understand what I'm saying? So there could be red lines in there as well. Red representing sellers, green. So when it comes in there, what we got to watch is also the delta. When it comes in there, we got to see, okay, it hit a buy order, it hit a sell order, it hit a sell order, it hit a buy order. You know, there might be, let's say, for example, 100 orders in there, okay? 100 total orders. And then 70 of them are leaning towards buy side, green lines, and 30 are leaning towards. So what would you say is the majority? 70-30. Okay, buy side, very easy. So if we come down there, our delta volume is positive 70. We picked up all those orders, and then we could pick up 70 of them, 30 are sell side. Then we can, with high probability, predict that it's going to go up. But what happens if it was opposite? What happens if it came in there and it picked up all those orders and it was negative 70? Then that's telling me it picked up more sellers than buyers, negative delta. And then maybe it picks those up, it comes back up. Maybe then more sellers are coming in because the delta is negative. More sellers are offering, and then it pushes down and we get a new low. Then we close. Then that same zone, guys, I now convert it to represent the negative delta sell volume. So then more sellers are offering from higher time frame coming in there because they want to sell the premium. If it comes back in, they want to sell it and drop it. So that's the game I play. Just red box, green box, red box, green box. I allow the volume to prove to me what the color of the box is. So hopefully that helps, guys. I like to do these type of calls on Fridays. Sorry, I didn't want to get rid of that. Because I know some of you guys do some type of analysis over the weekend, and maybe this is now a little bit more clear for you guys to understand what these zones are, why I place alerts in these locations, because I would love to get an alert in here, because then I know I could be looking for a buy or sell with the big pending orders. And it's not guaranteed that I'm going to make money, but at least I'm trading with bigger volume, order blocks. I follow my patterns. There are high probable setup zones, and using proper risk management, you'll do good. And then your losses are controlled. Okay, so look now. We're just, again, barcoding. Black, blue, black, blue, black, blue. Always when we get on these calls, I don't know why it's like this. Okay, so we got to be patient. Okay, what we can do is we can cruise around, look at other securities, like this is NASDAQ on the weekly, what I was just talking about. Unbelievable. So I can do a quick top down on NASDAQ, like really quick. Okay, the daily candles. Look at the daily. This was a previous all-time high right there to those bodies. Like you can go to the highest wick if you like. Let's go to the highest wick. That was the previous all-time high. I use an orange line. Now you see the orange line can be support here. Is there a zone below that orange line? Yes, there was the resistance zone right there. Look at the date of this. This was back in October. So when we stretch it into the future, we came back in that zone in January and end of January, early February of this year. And see how it's pushed down. Now, again, stretched into the future. We came again into the zone April now, like just this week. And look, we got a closing body, a daily body closed above this zone. So that tells me to make this a green zone now. So if we pull back next week, like, the same what I'm telling you, we pull back in here, this could be support and then to go back up. And then we got new all-time highs. But it could also break down, just like I just showed you with gold. It could be sellers are positioning themselves to come in there. They get activated. Maybe the daily candle closes below. Then this zone turns red. And then we could have the big sell coming down. And then we got to dissect each one of these. Is there a structural bar? This one is a structural bar, this one. Because look, it closed above the structure. I know it's got a big wick. This is like, oh, this is perfect learning experience. It opened, it was very bearish. It came back up and it closed with no wick. And look at the next candle, how it popped. But more importantly is, did it close above these bodies? That was a wick, body, and a body. The answer is yes. Look, it did close above. That's a structural bar. Notice when I do my Fibonacci now, I'm not doing it from the wick to like that. I tell you guys, the body of volume is the real body. It's more important. That's why when I'm looking for the point of control of this candle, Fibonacci, opening balance. I know there's a massive rejection wick below me, but look at the closing. Holy shit, that was wow. That's a firecracker if I've ever seen one. There's basically no wick closed at the high, just a slight little pullback. Buyers just jumped right in, popped it, and drive. If you see this on a 1 minute, on a 5 minute, on a 15 minute, that's a buy signal. I don't know what else to tell you. When you see me trade that, you guys know the firecracker. You got to just get in the habit of pulling the trigger on it and using proper risk management. That's it. Cutting it in half, right? Daily point of interest. That's a yellow line, daily points of interest. I can find the point of control of that right there, stretched into the future. And you see, if we come back into that, that's where those buyers could be. See this yellow line, how close it is? So that one it's too close. So I got to move that one maybe into 50% of that body, right? Equal. Look at how equal they are. See now my green zone? Just watch how mathematically everything is correct. Look at the number, okay? First of all, $25,999.46. We can easily round that to 26,000, okay? So now what I do is I measure yellow to yellow, like I'm doing construction, right? I'm measuring. That's 350. If I take the same now, yellow to yellow, look, 335, 340, 350. Next yellow to the next orange line. I'm not exactly, but wherever this candle closes, maybe I can cut that. But you see, like these yellow lines are equal distance. Okay, so that is good analysis when you have equal distance. I don't want to have a yellow line like this, like this, like this. It's equal distance, separated apart. Okay. Does that make sense now? So let's see what gold is doing. Okay, gold is still inside here. We're still, if we draw a trend, I know some of you guys do trend lines. From the top of this wick, that was the highest point of the day, and then I connect it with point A to point B, wick to wick, okay? Making it red, I'm gonna make it thicker. Some of you guys like trend lines. Now, I'm going to continue off of point A to point B or 1 to 2 and just extend this line without changing anything from that. And you see what I mean? I'm not putting it up to go to this wick and make my charting like what I want to see, right? A lot of us do that. When we do our charting, we move our lines to what we want to see. Don't do that. Do what the market is doing. From one point to the next point and then just extend it, okay? See how I just did that? Then I see that that wick was a breakout impulse wick. I see that that was a breakout impulse wick. So then I know that impulse moves are kind of like liquidity and it's still continue to push down. I could do the same with this if I wanted to do a trend from, let's say, that wick to that wick, okay? And then I just continue to go up with it. See, now it broke that trend. From that wick to that wick, it momentarily broke that trend, okay? Some traders will just go with what they see, right? They're going to say, okay, there's the trend line now, from there to there. No, that's not correct. You got to keep it consistent with where you placed it, with this wick to that wick. Now we see there's a break of a trend, okay? So now we're pushing down. This is an impulse candle breaking below. This was a big black candle as well, but then look, it got a wick and came back up, and if we sold that on impulse, we were in drawdown. Same thing, if I sell this black candle right now, it could go back up. So it's closing in 50 seconds, and we're going into a new 15-minute candle. 11:45, here's my SST daily bar, shooting star 15-minute candle. Now we might get a closing body. This is a structural body closing below. We might have to get our fib tool, cut this in half and find the point of control of this body and patiently wait to see if the buyers will bring it in and then they reject it back down. So let's see where it closes. So we've learned all that on the daily, hourly, and now I'm going to show you on a 5-minute. Same routine. Same strategy, same shit, different day. Okay, so it's breaking down. Did it do its job and fill all these lows? No. Like, what is the most recent 5-minute low right there? 48.50. We're looking for potential sells to continue to break down. But you could also like buy off of this if you like, okay? So did that close below? Yes. Did it close below these bodies and those wicks? Yes, yes, and yes. So I'm grabbing my Fibonacci tool real quick. Opening, closing balance. Where's 50%? I'm going to cut it right there. Find a red point of interest on this 5-minute candle. You see how it's coming in right now? It's coming in. Let's see if it gets rejected. Okay. So I did that. You guys are learning live the way how I do my analysis. I'm not saying that this is the only analysis to be a good trader. This is just how I do it. Okay. I'm not saying I'm a good trader. I'm not saying anything. I'm just showing you guys the way how I do my charting and my trading. Okay. So I see, how did this candle open? So there was a wick, right? Point of interest. You see, it's basically a bullish ignited candle that opened, right? And then it came right up there. So far it has not came into our red zone. The sellers are offering right below it, and they're pushing it down now, okay? So this is now an inverted hammer. This is going to be the webinar, or that tutorial I'm doing, the hammer and an inverted hammer. See how they rejected it now? It's a pin bar shooting star candle. So now it's got to continue to do its job to fill that wick and drive for a new low. So now the buyers are holding it at the opening position, okay? I didn't even check my spreads. Hold on. I'm so far behind here. I got to go back to, I was trading NASDAQ earlier this morning. Let me just go to gold. Okay, gold, I'm on the 5 minutes. Let me just adjust lot sizing. My spreads are 0.5. Perfect. That's the spreads I like. Okay. So now I'm getting ready to maybe potentially look to take a trade. Number one thing I do is I went and I was trading NASDAQ earlier. So I got to go to gold. NASDAQ and gold are different lot sizing, different securities, different brokers. So I had to adjust that, okay? And then I look at my spreads as well. I don't want to take a trade if the spreads are too high, because then I'm behind on the trade even if I nail an entry. So I don't want to do that. I like half pip spread is good, okay? Now we just continue to watch what's happening. What are your guys' thoughts? Do you guys think it's going to come back up bullish, or are you guys thinking bearish? Across the board, Zoom and YouTube. I know it's going to be mixed reactions. Someone's saying buying, someone's saying selling. But let's see what the majority, well, let's see what the delta is with everybody. Bullish, Pammy, okay, I understand. And when you say bullish, I understand, okay? It's building higher lows. It could come up. Bullish, holy shit. Bullish, bullish, bullish. All of you guys are bullish. YouTube is selling, bear, selling, selling. Holy, this might be a battle between Zoom and YouTube now. What have I started? I'm joking. We're all one big family here. But if you want to be part of this family, you have to support the Montreal Canadiens this weekend. They play Tampa Bay on Sunday night. Game 1 of the playoffs, best of 7. So in order to be part of this family, you have to be Montreal Canadian fans. If you're a Toronto Maple Leaf fan, I'm going to unsubscribe you from this channel. Okay? If you're a Toronto Maple Leaf fan, you got to go. If you're a Montreal fan, you're welcome to stay here. No one cares about hockey. I understand. I'm Canadian. I get it. You guys don't understand hockey. No worries. Let's talk candles now. Okay? No one wants to talk hockey with me. Okay, so what do we got? We got a bullish candle. And also, did you notice the white? Okay, because I was in this consolidated zone. But the hourly, remember that was a white line. So the 5-minute candle just closed below that hourly support. Okay, now this candle is coming right back up. Okay, so let's see. It could be a fake out. Okay, now the bullish candle is coming right back into our point of control, closing now in 10 seconds. Okay, so this is where you're gonna watch me say I'm still keeping it red zone, green zone, whatever. Let's watch. Let's watch the close. Let the candle do the talking, and Ron won't do too much talking. There's the close, right at 50%, okay? So it's still a red zone. It's still red. It's still a red point of control. Blue candle has not closed above, okay? So if you're buying on impulse going against black volume, where they could push it down. You remember yesterday's sell we had, and that red zone held up the entire time and then broke down? A similar situation could happen here, okay? If you don't feel comfortable buying now, let's wait and see if blue volume will close above here. And if it does, we will just change the color of the zone to green. That's what we'll do, okay? If you want to enter right now, you can go in, right? But you got to know we're still in this consolidated range. It could come up, you know, maybe we wait to see, will it break above here, then pull back, and we can get a nice pullback entry. Okay, but if you shorted, ask yourself, why did you short? The candle opened blue and just brief 5 seconds, had a tiny wick and go back up blue, okay? So, and then now when it came into the point of control, I did not see it get rejected with a big wick. So I'm not selling, nor am I buying right now. I'm watching. I saw sellers come down. They closed it below. That's important. That's important for later on. In case we come back down, at least the sell side volume on the 5 minutes did close below that hourly support. So that's important in case we continue to come back down. Then we could really break down, okay? But right now, the buyers are holding it. You guys on Zoom were correct. That said, it's bullish, okay? So far. But we're still in this consolidated flag, right? It could still barcode black. Now we're coming up blue. Guys, 420 viewers exactly on YouTube. You got to hit the like. Ron likes to smoke weed. That's a good sign. Subscribe to the channel. That's beautiful. I love seeing psychological numbers. 420. Thank you. We might have to take a break and go for a smoke, for a Friday smoke. Okay, so now we got a nice move. So that was a fake out, okay? You guys know what fake outs are. That so far was a fake out. It closed below, but you see how quickly it came right back up? And it happened right below the hourly support line. So those hourly buyers came right back in to save that from breaking down further, okay? But now they're bringing up. But remember, we still have sellers here, lower high. We've got sellers offering their lower high. We have sellers at the hourly offering lower high. We have point of interest right there where we have bodies and a big bearish candle coming down lower high. And we also have that wick right there, which is a lower high. So you see how now really I've consolidated it as much as I can. And then now I see it come down black. I see it move back up blue. It could come back down black. Maybe this is a blue zone and then we're breaking. Look, then we're breaking trend line and then to come up, maybe back test the hourly, pull back, then maybe drive to the daily high. Okay. But sellers could also continue to push this thing down. I'm still waiting. I don't like this volume. This week, I feel like I've rushed trades, and I don't want to do that, especially on a Friday afternoon. Okay, I want to wait for. We're still inside this zone. It's a beautiful. Like if you look at that range, I'm not saying I bought, but if you did, you're up 120 pips right now. You could easily had minimal drawdown. Go to a break even or trailing stop loss now in the money, if you like. Timmy, you wanted 48, 46, 48, 50. It didn't come that low. Not yet. Yeah, I see. Patience. Okay, remember what I said? Those are pending orders developing down there. Okay, sometimes it happens to me too, Timmy, on these calls. I'm waiting for that, and then I go in early, and then sometimes I get drawdown or stopped out, then it goes to that entry what I wanted. But just patiently wait. Set an alert there, Timmy, and it might come in an hour, it might come 2 hours, it might come Monday morning. But at least you analyzed it properly, and okay, and you got it. Okay, so guys, did that blue candle close above that POI right there? Yes. So let's make it green. I'm not changing the size of the zone, I'm changing the color. And then when I go backwards, I can see, okay, held support there, there. See the fake out came down, back in. The buyers have reclaimed this position. So if we pull back, we might literally get a pullback buy right there at 48.63. Okay. Right now, it's still support, okay? So that fake out, the buyers came right back in. So to you guys that said bullish, you guys are technically correct. You guys that said bearish, you were right on just the candle coming down, okay? So far. But, the game is not over, right? We still got to watch what's happening. It's still buyers, sellers, buyers, sellers. Buyers, sellers, buyers, potentially sellers again. Okay, we really got to see what will materialize above this trend line up here or below again this white line. If they bring it down with lower highs, then the sellers, then you guys will potentially be correct. Then we start selling down. Okay, I don't want to trade this zone. I apologize, guys, but I don't want to force trades. I know some of you guys on YouTube are going to hate me and say, oh, this guy is not trading. Oh my God, he comes live YouTube and doesn't take a trade. Yes, that's fine. That's what I'm doing. If you don't like that, unsubscribe. That's okay by me. I'm going to still have a good weekend. You guys got to understand why. Maybe I'm not looking to trade this area right now. You still got to understand what's happening. I'm still trying to play out in my head what's going on. Sellers sold it down. They had the momentum to continue to sell this down, but at the hourly, those buyers came in and saved it. Now it's coming right back up, but we're coming down from the daily high. So I'm just in a tough situation. It's not trending volume. It's not like this beautiful volume earlier where you just buy any pullback and you're in the money. It's not like that anymore. Okay. And this is more like pip and dip situation. If you're not ready to pip and dip, then you got to play the yo-yo game. I don't want to play that. I played it too much this week and I got headaches from it. Krina, following the fib, we're close above the 618, so we can go to 786, which is 5100. You're bullish too. You're speaking my language. That's everything that you just said. I completely understand what you're saying, and you're absolutely correct. If everything plays out how you're saying, the 618 can move to the 786, which is at the 5100 psychological number, and continue to go bullish, 100%. That's I see that on a bigger absolute bigger time frame, right? 5100 is all the way up here. But I agree with you. If gold is continuing to be bullish, absolutely. If we can flip this red zone green next week, potentially could be driving up to 5,000, 5,100. But in the meantime, we still have offers here, and here. Guys, I love YouTube. Thank you guys for not spamming. Unbelievable today. Good job. I can tell that you guys are focused today. When you guys are focused, I'm focused. And NASDAQ, wow, what a machine NASDAQ is. All-time high, 26,745 so far. Holy schmoly. And guys, look, 10 seconds, we're going into a new hourly candle noon. So we're going to get momentum now coming in on the hour. So far they've rejected those blue candles. This candle is coming back down black. We might trade right into this at noon. Okay, here it is. This is a new hourly candle. Let's try and clean up all of this mess by looking at the hourly candles. Maybe make some more sense out of this. Okay, so that hourly candle did in fact, that fake out, look, on, remember the 5-minute fake out? On the hourly, it did in fact make a new hourly low, okay? So we've got lower highs, and now we got a new lower low, okay? But now the hourly candle, if you get hourly volume closing below the white line, we could continue to fill that wick and push further down. But that was the 5-minute impulse fake out, or like, you know, came down and then went back in. But the hourly did some damage. Okay, now we're coming down with it. This is how it's coming down now. Okay, so now we're trading right back into that green zone. This is where technically I should see a wick coming back up, right? I'm talking the technicals. That's what I should see if this zone is green. That's what I see right now. Okay, so you see how that black candle came right in? And now that's what we should see. Black candle coming into a green zone, you should see a wick, okay? And that's what we're seeing live right now. So you're seeing the point of control of that zone holding and picking up pending buyers. Do you guys see that? Or am I the only one seeing that big black candle come and tap that white line and go right back up? So now the candle flipped. Does that make sense, guys? How the candle came black, right in there and flipped blue. Is that only making sense to me, or does that make sense to you guys as well? Because if that's not making sense, I don't know how else to relay this to you. I don't know how to speak your language, maybe. I speak broken English half the time, but a green zone, like I can teach my daughter this. She's almost 10 years old and she understands. When a black candle comes into a green zone, she looks to see if it can come out of there. Guys, I'm trying to make this as clear and as easy as possible. We should not complicate this, okay? If this is complicated, ask yourself, why is this complicated? What are you doing to complicate the matters, okay? And all I'm trying to illustrate is that that point of control is still holding buyers, right? But they're not creating new highs and they're not closing above. So we're still consolidating. Mike, you got it. Good. Mike, if I can, like I said, if I can get through one person on the call, I've done my job. But if we can get through to 420 viewers, we're doing fantastic. Then we know that a lot of traders around the world are learning. A lot of groups charge a lot of money to even teach you that, if they even know to teach you that, okay? A lot of guys, I don't want to say this, but once in a while I got to say this. A lot of your favorite YouTubers that you guys subscribe to are coached by Dave and I. I don't want to say names. I don't want to name drop, but we've had some one-on-ones with some of your favorite YouTubers, teaching them price action, and then they go out and say that they learned it. They're full of shit, but I don't want to call them out right now. But if they do piss me off, I will. I have the recorded Zoom sessions to even show it to you guys. I hate when people say pip and dip, that they invented it. Get the fuck out of here. You never invented that shit. Come on. I've been saying that shit for over 20 years now. The one thing that pisses me off is the words that we say, don't say that you coined them and it's yours. It's not. Don't say that you invented the chicken lettuce strategy. You didn't. We invented that last week. Stop with this. You'll get called out if you're full of shit. Unks will call you out. Okay, now look. What is trapping gap? Yes. People are saying that. Guys, if you go back to YouTube, let's pull this up real quick. Go back to YouTube. I think this is our anniversary. We started YouTube, when was it? April of 2020, okay? If you scroll down to our live videos, How do I go down? Like there's a million videos here. If you go down to our first like ever videos were sniper, trap, and gap. I don't know. I wish I knew how to do this. Candle closed. Okay, it's still inside here. Still inside here. We're still inside. Where am I? 2 years ago. Okay, I'm still going. Every day, guys. Where can I select all this? Show me, guys. Ankh doesn't know how to navigate around here. Anyone want to teach me? On the top? Where? Okay, anyways, we're just cruising through. But you see, guys, all of these videos are live trading, top-down analysis, teaching you guys everything. I'm telling you, there's so much on here. It's not even funny. Okay, I mean, 4 years ago. Click on the search icon. It's okay. We're almost there. I'm still watching. We're still watching. We're still inside here. We're cool. We're good. Oh, man. See, we were doing London sessions, Tokyo sessions, New York sessions, all over. Okay, this was back in the day when we were using no thumbnails. Look at that. like this video right here, 75 pips, 150 pips. We use the sniper, trap, and gap on these. Okay, watch one of these old videos. They're hilarious. I'm going to do like a throwback to watch one of these things. Look at Dave when he was streaming in here. Oh my God, I'm going to watch some of these this weekend. There's a lot of old videos, and you can go back and watch. A live we did 6 years ago is the same thing we're doing today. So it's exactly. What's that, Twisted? Clay Trader has a gap and trap. He's full of shit. I don't even know who Clay Trader is, but no way. The sniper, trap, and gap was us. I've been saying this for over 20 years. You trap that volume and it's going to gap. Remember when I used to do this, guys? For the day ones that are here with me, from that have been here since day one, this is the trap. We trap the volume right there. And you guys know I always do this. It's either going to break out and retest this. I used to call this the frog leg strategy. Or it's going to be a frog leg down here and go down. You guys know this day ones, okay? Guys, I'm a very honest person. I don't bullshit. I do this live, so I can't lie to you guys. Or it's going to just continue to trade in the trap box, right? You guys know this. That's the trap and gap. But if other traders want to say that they invented it, cool. That's fine. I don't give a shit about that. But just understand what's going on in this, okay? The volume is still accumulating in here. It has not gapped out either impulsively. Like that was a gap out. Look at the clues of candlesticks. Like, see how it closed right at the high? That's manipulation. Like, how did that candle not open blue and just drive? It came bearish ignited and dropped down. That's a clue in the market. Okay, now we're getting an impulse breakout coming back out. It's an inverted head and shoulder. The fake out was the head. Left shoulder, there's your inverted head, and we're right back in the right shoulder looking to do this now, right? But I'm going to wait for this body to close because it's closing in 1 minute. What was my first stream, Chino? January, February, March, April, May 18th, 2020. Yeah, that was the start of COVID. That's when, guys, long story short, why Dave and I started SST, we were doing it with our friends. We were teaching them how to trade the stock market during COVID, right? We got calls from a lot of our friends. They lost their jobs during COVID and said, Ron, Dave, can we come over? Can you teach us how to trade? We got no work right now. We got some bills to pay. Absolutely. Come over. Smoke a joint with us. We taught them how to trade. They said, you guys are pretty good at this. why don't you just open up YouTube and teach people how to do this? We said, okay, that's a good idea. So that's how we were born. We came out of there. We were doing this 10 years prior, but nobody knew who we were. We were just helping out friends and family. Then we got on here to help everybody. So that's how it started during COVID. Everyone was at home wanting to learn. Some of you guys still stuck with it. Some of you guys quit. Some of you guys have your own story. Okay, so we did close above here. Okay, so above that consolidated zone, again, will it pull back in? This is not a structural candle. It didn't close above these bodies. Okay, you guys got to know what I'm looking at. Okay, see those structural bodies? It didn't close above there. Okay, because if it did, I would definitely be cutting that in half and finding the point of control of that candle. It just came up and closed right there. We're still below this trend line. Okay, I'm just going to clean up a little bit. We're still inside here. And guys, I'm telling you, if you want to learn stock and options, where you don't just have to trade Forex, okay, stock and options is a wonderful world. You saw that I just put in $750 on 5 contracts on Netflix and they went up 50%. And I cashed out prior to the earnings. Thank goodness I did that. And everyone thinks to trade options, you need to have $10,000, $100,000. No, you don't. That contract, you know how much it was? $1.50. $1.50. And you just got to multiply it by 100 because you got 100 shares. So it costs $150. There's some NVIDIA out there, they're 22 cents. That will cost you one contract $22. You could hit 50%, 100% on that and double your money. Okay. If you want to buy multiple contracts, then you can buy 10 contracts of those, would be $220. You can buy 100 of them, would be $2,200. And you can learn so much with, and then you can trade Apple, Microsoft, Tesla, Google, Bank of America, whatever you want, those big names, Walmart, Costco. If you know something that's happening during earnings, you're following the company, then buy a call option going into earnings if you think it's positive. You can close it out prior to even going into the earnings and make money. If you think that a company it got bad news and it's going down, buy a put option and you can short the company. You're making money as it's going down. How many times have you seen companies go down 10, 20%? Imagine having an option, a put option, and you got the direction correct. You're going to make some good money. So that's what we're doing next week. All next week, I'm going to be away. Okay, guys, I'm not leaving YouTube. We're just taking a week off to be in the private stock and options, teaching our guys all about stock and options. It's all theory and education. And then after that, I'm going to do maybe one live session a week like this, and we'll be dissecting Netflix, NVIDIA, Tesla, Apple. If we see a company, something exciting, we'll start doing our top-down analysis. You got to do your top-down too. You got to know your zones. You got to know your points of interest. That's how you got to know. That's how you'll figure out your strike prices. Am I responding to an email? No, I'm doing live trading right now. I'm not looking at emails right now. But when we're done, we will look at emails. We're busy. We're busy. It's just Dave and I. And everyone in Discord. We're a busy team here. If I can tell you guys how many emails we get a day, your mind will blow. If I can just tell you how many prop firms reach out to us and all kinds of brokers saying, can you guys promote us? Can you guys we could probably get 100 of those a day. You see, we're not promoting anything here. We want to teach you guys about trading. Soon, if we want, we can promote something. But I want you guys to learn about candlesticks. This is what I'm promoting. I'm promoting price action skills. I'm promoting something that can change your life. If you pay attention. Yeah, see right now, look at the spammer. This is where I get pissed off. Buy or sell, buy or sell, buy or sell. 100 times he's writing. So this is where you're going to get timed out because it's just stupid. Buy or sell, buy or sell. You guys tell him in YouTube. Tell him what to do. Tell him. Because I can't anymore. I don't have patience for this. I'm getting old, guys. I'm almost 45 years old. I don't have patience for this shit anymore. What is like? I don't want to get into this. I'm having a good Friday, Juma Mubarak. But this person is going to get timed out right now. See how clean, you're timed out now. Now you get a 3-minute timeout. It's like in a hockey game where you go in the penalty box. You go in the penalty box now for 3 minutes. So you got to think about now when you come out of the penalty box now and you come back after your timeout. It's like you're getting grounded, like I ground my kids. Now when you come out, you got to think. We're not a spamming channel. We want to learn here what we're doing. Buy or sell, buy or sell, buy or sell. What do you want me to tell you? What do you want me to say? Okay. Do whatever you want right now. Now, this is the major 5-minute resistance above us right here. And look at that big wick to fill, okay? So now we can see a little bit of structure. We're starting to break out of that trend line. We've had a false breakout right in here. We got a bullish ignited candle starting 12:15, pushing back up. It's a nice inverted head and shoulder pattern with that 5-minute fake out down there. So now what I got to see is blue volume closing above so that I can move this red zone to a green zone, because it could just come right back down with a rejection. If you feel comfortable buying right now, that's fine. I understand you're buying this move up. That's fine. But just use proper risk management. That's all I'm saying to you. Okay, so it came right back in there, rejected. And in my opinion, just for learning, this is not the greatest volume. Just know that. If you guys understand that this is not good volume, then you're one step ahead to becoming a better trader. This is not good volume, either to buy or sell. This is good volume to sit on the sidelines and wait. Because just, it's unfortunate on this time that we're getting with gold. If we look at NASDAQ on the 5 minutes, yeah, NASDAQ is kind of just down, up, maybe break down. If I was trading NASDAQ, okay, I'm not, but if I was, you see that was resistance. There, blue body closed above. We got some support. Still holding support, okay? This is the all-time high right here. So look at what's being built on NASDAQ on a Friday afternoon right up here. NASDAQ looks clean, in my opinion. I would rather trade NASDAQ than gold right now. Okay, you got this big move coming up. It's already been just broken now. Okay, so I would watch for same thing. Either hold this and bounce back up and consolidate in here, or break down, close, and then you can sell down to here, 600, 26,600. Your next pivot is right there, 26,530. And then the big, massive bullish candle was at 845. Look at it. That's a structural candle. Open, close. My NASDAQ traders, did any of you guys do this? Did you guys figure out from the 845 candle? Did you guys cut it in half? Did you guys do this? Because if you did, you made some money today. If you didn't, now we got to learn. Why did we not do that? If you were trading at 8 a.m. today and you were trading NASDAQ on that big bullish candle and you never cut it in half and did the Fibonacci, you could have had an attempt to buy right there. You had another attempt to buy right there, and you're in the money. Okay, and we're still just consolidating in here. EMA above 200, all the way down here. 15-minute is right here. RSI. See, when we were really overbought was that breakout, and look, it continued to drive. It cooled off, and then it came right back up. So there is massive bearish divergence, okay? If you can't see the bearish divergence, from that peak to that peak in this wedge, high, higher high, higher high, and then you look at your really silly indicator, it's telling us that the strength is going down, right? That's bearish divergence, but the price is not coming down yet. So we got to look for real confirmations below zones, okay? That's a clear indication of bearish divergence. See how the price is going higher, higher high, higher high, higher high. The strength is making lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, but the price is not coming down. Okay, so we got to close below here, then maybe it will open up the floodgates. Gold is still right in here. Holy nasty. Emmanuel, I can't shake the feeling that gold will do exactly what it did yesterday morning, go sideways for hours, then go parabolic. Potentially. Donald Trump speaks at 2 p.m. Okay, so the market is consolidating. Donald Trump could say something and gold could go right back up to the daily high and break out, or it could start to sell off. Okay, so it's basically accumulating for this afternoon's news, maybe going into the last hour of the day where position traders are getting in and out, intraday traders are getting in and out. I would just continue watching levels and waiting. I don't like when Donald Trump speaks at 2 p.m. on a Friday going into a market close, because that could cause the volatility, that could shake up the markets, whatever he says. Kyle, Ron, this might sound stupid, but how do you learn from a trade that you had the right reason, right direction, but you got stopped out on a liquidity sweep? Perfect, good, great question. I like that question. Just understand why the market does a liquidity sweep, okay? You understand that I'm reading your words. You had the right reason, you had the right direction. So everything was correct, okay? Don't be faulted that you did something wrong. The market manipulated you out of your position. That's why they did the liquidity sweep. They came down there to stop out all of the traders who had the right direction and then get that volume, get your liquidity and my liquidity and Emmanuel's liquidity and someone else's liquidity, and then they can take it where they want to take it by getting that volume. But don't let that rattle you, okay? You had the right direction, you had the right setup. It's just now sometimes liquidity sweeps happen, but it's how the markets operate, okay? But that's why I always say, if it happens, if you're trading with the right proper risk management, you can shake it, learn from it, and move on. Not every single trade you take, Kyle, when you have the right direction, the right move, there's going to be a liquidity sweep. Then you're in the money. Do not let that fault you. You did everything absolutely correct. The liquidity sweep, you can't control that, okay? So that goes for everybody across the board. That's a good question, Kyle, but you did everything perfectly. There's nothing else that you could have done in that situation to have prevented that. But I understand when you're journaling that and you're analyzing it, you had everything you did was correct. The only thing that we can't control are liquidity sweeps. But what you could have done is maybe once you got stopped out, followed the close of that candle, and then understanding that they swept the liquidity, and then maybe you could have got back in your position and rode it back up and made your loss back and more. Kyle, does that make sense, bro? I'm talking to you, Kyle. So hopefully I'm like speaking to you. You understand that. Yeah, perfect. Good. We're doing good today, guys. We're learning on a Friday. Good questions today. And that goes for anybody. If you have the right direction and okay, let me just show you an example here. Okay. For example, let's do this. Let's say we're looking for buys. Okay. Let's say it moves up, closes above, and I get my retest. Okay. I get all confirmations. We broke the trend. We had an hourly fake out. We have an inverted head and shoulder pattern, and we closed above and a retest. So I go in a long position right there, right? Let's say I place, Kyle, my stop loss below the green zone down there. Let's say right below the hourly, okay? And then my reward is somewhere to trade up there, okay? Perfect, okay? I'm in a buy. Everything I did correct. Break of trend line, close above, retest, liquidity sweep, head and shoulder pattern, everything. Check mark, okay? But what happens if the market does this? As it's coming up to the white line, then there's a big black candle that comes down. Let's say there was some news and then it stops out everything down there and then comes right back up. Okay, you see, I had the right direction, but the market knows that there's a lot of pending orders down here and wants that liquidity in order to break a daily high and get up to a higher time frame red zone. They need that volume. So then they stop me out, and then it comes right back up, and then it goes to there. So all in all, I had the correct direction, right? But the liquidity sweep got me, okay? Sometimes we can't prevent that, but what we can do is we can follow the liquidity. As it's coming up, let's say maybe it comes up there, closes back, and then pulls back. I can now go in on a buy right there and then continue with the move. You know what I mean? I took an L there, but maybe I can regain it back with learning what just happened and understanding that they came down there for a reason. Remember, market makers are business. They are a business. They need to engineer liquidity in order to move it up, right? There's no way that they can come up here without getting that delta volume down there. You need volume in these candles to make big candles go up here and to break through all of these sellers and offers. If you don't grab liquidity, then we're doing what we're doing right now. We're just trading sideways. You see, they're not engineering any liquidity right now. Okay, this is, guys, pay attention to what I'm saying right now. They're not engineering any liquidity in here. You see, we're still below this red zone and we're kind of just above here. So we know that there's liquidity above and below zones, right? You guys know this. There's liquidity up here and there's liquidity below here. Okay, so we have to wait for the market to engineer something up here or down here. Otherwise, it's just trading sideways. It's just continuing inside here. That was where they engineered something, that fake out, and you saw how it came up blue, 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 but it could not break this resistance. So they did not have enough delta volume to break this red box. So now you see the offers are coming in to push it down. They might come down again and engineer something. But that's like in a nutshell of what liquidity is. You need liquidity to move markets. When there's no liquidity in markets, markets don't move. You know, when we say like, don't trade on a bank holiday, why? Because there's nothing happening. There's no volume in the markets. There's no engineering of liquidity. There's no pending orders waiting on bank holidays. So the market is moving sideways, right? Sometimes there's some shitty sessions. Like, when do you get big moves? You get big moves when there's news, when there's Wall Street sessions, okay? That's where you get big moves. Right now, this entire call, guys, we've been here for 90 minutes and we're watching a sideways market. NASDAQ, too, is now coming up, going back down. Remember, this is all-time high, so it's coming down. You got to know that there's a lot of liquidity above the all-time high for NASDAQ. But they haven't spiked it yet, and they haven't spiked any liquidity on NASDAQ below here yet. Okay, so we're in a very similar situation where this entire zone is the sniper, trap, and gap. Okay, let's use that term, sniper, trap, and gap. The volume is trapped right now inside here. It will eventually gap to the upside or to the downside to grab that liquidity. And we could either see it break out, grab the liquidity, close, then pending buyers want to buy the retest pullback, and then we see something like that. It could also do where it comes down, sellers are selling, they break it down, close below, this turns red, offers are there, and we're dropping down to there. The only other option is we're just going up, down, inside here, just like gold is doing, okay? But what we also have to watch out, now please, everyone, pay attention. There's this move that can happen, right? But also the fake outs that engineer the liquidity, the FU candles, okay? Another FU candle is what I termed, okay? And if someone says that they made it up, they're full of shit, okay? I have the video where I said it was an FU to me, okay? It came up, impulse breakout, grab that liquidity. Impulsively, we FOMO buy, we're impulsive traders. And then what do they do to us? We don't wait for the close of the candle. It's got a big wick coming down, and look at where it closes. Back in the zone with a big wick. It's a shooting star candle, FU candle, comes back and retests this, then the massive drop. So there they came and they engineered that liquidity with a false breakout impulse move. So you got to follow. Is it a closing candle? If it's closing, we look for the retest. Are you always going to make money on that? No, but you have a higher probability of success. If you wait for the candle and you see it's a fake out and a big wick and you sell, you have a higher probability of selling with that big volume. Are you always going to make money? No, but that's how you guys got to go about trading the markets, with that mentality, with that mindset. You got to think and trade like a market maker. You got to think, what are they doing? Trade like them. Don't trade against them. You're not going to make money selling against them. You'll make money selling with them. Follow their moves. Okay? And gold. Oh my God. Like, gold is, what can you do? You can't do anything but sit on your hands and wait. Trend is your friend, Frank, until the end. Absolutely. So try and trade with the trend as much as possible until the trend ends. Question authority. Sounds like a head and shoulder is an engineered liquidity grab. You are absolutely correct. Yes, you are. Look, what is a head and shoulder pattern? Let me show you. A head and shoulder pattern has a resistance, right? And it's got a support. Okay. So the head and shoulder is, look, watch what I'm doing with the arrows. It's going from support to resistance, back to support, consolidate. Then they get a breakout. And then it comes back in to the shoulders, consolidates again in here, and then does this. Okay, this is your left shoulder. This is your head that broke out. Engineered the liquidity up there. Okay, they grabbed the money above the resistance, and then the volume came traded right back into this entire zone is consolidated zone, but I'm trying to show you left shoulder, right shoulder. That's the head. You see me? Look at me on the camera. I have a shoulder and a shoulder, a right shoulder, and you see my big head. Okay, that's what this is. Okay, big head and your shoulders. And this has a high probability of, once they grab the liquidity, they're trading back in the shoulder, offers are coming in and start dropping it down, then we move. Same situation is with a inverted head and shoulder. It's a bullish reversal pattern. That's when we have this. Okay, we've got a shoulder. We have where it's trading inside here, then they spike it, come down, grab that liquidity, all those pending orders, then they come right back into the zone, consolidate here for a little bit, and then you see, grab the liquidity, higher low, and then the breakout to the upside. Those are like your most basic, simple patterns that you should learn from day one. Okay, the double bottom, double top, head and shoulder patterns. Those should be staples when you're trading. Like those, 100%, you should be confident trading those. You should be confident recognizing them, and you got to know what the market is doing. Does that help, guys? But absolutely, you guys are good today. Like, you guys are really on target. I'm gonna do those, guys, those 15-minute videos. I've got 1,000 of them. I'm gonna record for you guys. One will be a 15-minute head and shoulder. One will be a 15-minute. Wait till I get into the patterns. I gotta break down the individual candles. That's why I'm gonna do some recording for you guys this weekend, and I'm gonna upload some good videos for you guys. Short and sweet, 15 minutes, right down to the point. You guys are gonna be learning fast. You guys are all going to be pros at trading very soon. As long as you control your risk management, okay? If you don't, if you know everything about a bullish engulfing candlestick, oh, Ron taught me how to do the point of control. Ron taught me how to do a head and shoulder. Ron taught me about liquidity. All of that means nothing if you don't know risk management, okay? I'm telling you guys the honest to God truth. I learned a lot of this early on. I felt very confident with price action, patterns, this, that, and I wasn't making any money. I was losing a shit ton of money. Why? Because I was over leveraged. And I did, and when I got stopped out, I would revenge trade. But just guys, when you're learning, or even if you're an experienced trader, lower your risk a little bit. You'll gain a little bit every single day. It adds up. Compound mathematics. You don't need to make $1,000 every day. It's hard to sustain that. You can make $20 every day, no problem. It will start to add up. And when you make that, then you're learning, then you can slowly say, okay, I want to make $30 a day. I want to increase my my position from a quarter to 0.35. Okay, and then naturally you will start making money. Trust the process. Every trader has gone through the cycle of trading. You try it out, you have beginner's luck, life is good. Then the markets test you, test your emotions, you start giving it back, then you start questioning yourself, is trading for me? Am I a good trader? You stick with it, but you haven't learned risk management. You're learning technicals, you're getting your confidence back, you learn some technicals, you come back in, you spot your double bottom, you buy it, but you're not buying at a point of interest, you're buying it at just any Mickey Mouse level in the market, you're getting stopped out again, and then you're scratching your head saying, why can't I figure this shit out? Next day you're trading again, now you're getting mad, then you revenge trade, now you've blown up your account. Okay, how many of us have gone through that cycle? Everyone here has. I can guarantee you that. And then that's when you got to start to look back and understand, if you really want to be a trader, you got to learn how to properly do this. That's why I kind of just play around with the guys on YouTube, those guys that are just coming in, spamming, buy, sell, buy, sell. You see how much harder trading is than just buy, sell. Like that guy that just came in that said buy, sell, buy, sell. Do you understand like what's going through my head when I see that? We're sitting here for 2 hours and we haven't even took a buy or sell. And then someone just steps in and says buy, sell without even analyzing. You see how lazy they are? Does that not piss you off? Like you're putting in hours yourself. You're doing your weekly analysis. You're waiting. You got alerts. And then someone just tells you buy, sell. It would piss you off too. Like you can just see how lazy they are. I have no respect for lazy traders. Honestly, from day one, you can watch a video 6 years ago. I don't like lazy traders. I put in work. I put in hours. I put in half my life into this. And for someone just buy, sell, get out of here. Go learn it. Learn. You guys on Zoom, on YouTube, how many hours a day do you put in with Dave and I learning this? You can't be lazy at this. You got to put in work. Those are the traders that are going to fail. Okay? Look at them. They're an example. Those are the traders that fail. They fail to learn what they're doing. They're going to be the failures. You guys are not that person. You guys are the people that are learning properly how to do this. You guys are going to be the winners. Okay? But we use those people to look back and say, oh man, I hope I'm never like that person. I want to learn this skill. And it's fine if you come in and you just say, are we buying or are we selling? One time, that's fine. But when you spam buy or sell 30 times and I can't see the chat anymore, or like see the good questions you guys are asking, and I'm helping you guys out with liquidity, I can actually see the questions you guys are asking me, and then I can respond to them. But when someone comes in and just spams, I can't even see the questions anymore. So then I got to put them in their place. I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm just putting them in their place to relax. I put them in a timeout. They'll come back and hopefully they learn their lesson. This is a classroom setting. You don't just come in a classroom and just start shouting. Okay, now what is gold doing? Okay, so it came down. Look, we've got a bullish engulfing ignited bar closing back. It didn't close above the structure. It didn't close above the red zone. It just closed engulfed one candle. Remember, there's context that this is a bullish engulfing candle. Yes, but it wasn't produced in a point of control. Guys, this is a 15-minute tutorial right now. You're getting live, okay? Because look, this is a bullish engulfing candle. Can we all understand that? That's a bullish engulfing candle. It opened bullish, ignited, and engulfed this bar. But you see the context. It's just created in the middle of a consolidation zone. pay attention, guys, because this is a tutorial right now you're getting. If this bar was created in this green zone or at this white line, now we're having a different conversation. Now I know a bullish engulfing candle got created at the point of control or at an hourly support. That's different than just in the middle of a zone, okay? So there's context to candles. Okay, you might see when I'm talking about a hammer candle. Hammer candle is the second most powerful candle, bullish candle. But if it was created in a consolidation zone, it means nothing. If it was created at a point of control, it means something. Okay, so context is everything. Okay, that was very bullish, but look at the extension. It engulfed and then it came up right to the red zone and then the sellers pushed down and it's a mixed 50-50 candle. So there was no like explosion off of that. Now we're opening ignited again. Okay, so you see now the candle opened ignited again and is trying again to fill all these wicks and impulsively break through this red zone to grab this liquidity. Okay, but if you bought on impulse there, you were in drawdown. You bought on impulse there, you were on drawdown. If you bought that candle, you're technically in drawdown right now. Okay, so let's wait for a closure. Okay, and yes, we might miss out on explosive blue candle, but I say this every single time. If we took this one, this one, we were in drawdown. We probably would have taken 10 losses already on this call. So let one impulse one go. Who gives a shit? Okay, let that candle be the candle that proves to you that there's an impulse, and then follow it. When I follow an impulse and I'm waiting for it to close, listen, guys. Oh my God, pay attention, okay? Because Ron smoked a joint today, and I'm cooking today. If you follow an impulse candle and you tell yourself, I'm waiting for this candle to close no matter what, now you're going to identify if it's an impulse, a fake out, a liquidity grab, or a closed confirmation candle. I don't know how else clearly to say this, okay? Let me demonstrate it. If I say I'm waiting for a bar to close above this red zone and I see an impulse candle and I'm not buying it, I'm not a FOMO trader. I told myself I'm waiting for it to close. I will technically see the closure, maybe it's up there, then maybe I can buy the retest with confirmations. Hit a profitable trade. If I'm still waiting for it to close, I see a big blue candle breakout. I'm still waiting. Maybe I see that big rejection wick. I see the FU candle come back in. I'm selling. I'm making money, okay? Just by waiting. The only thing that you miss out on is if it's an impulse candle and it's blue and it just goes up there. But you can still see, is it a big body candle? If it is, you cut it in half and you wait for the pullback. That's it. That's trade. That's what I've learned in 20 years of trading. I just gave you guys in 2 minutes. If that doesn't help you guys, I don't know what else to say or how to convey this to you guys. I'm trying my best here as an educator. I'm trying, but you guys got to understand what I'm trying to tell you guys. See, if you see that bullish engulfing candle, it didn't do anything. See, it was like a false bullish engulfed candle. And you see how tough this red zone is still to break. So it could be now coming down. And then if the sellers now have the momentum, they want this liquidity down here, right? See, and then these are the comments we get. So I'm going to address him, okay? Drone. Educate with a question mark, really, with another question mark, selling courses, question mark. So I get this a lot in this industry. Oh, you're not this because you're selling a course. I'm not selling you a course here. YouTube is free for everybody. We're giving you free 15-minute tutorials. The only thing we have is a private Discord where it's more, I do one-on-ones, my time with the people, Dave is in there, and it's more private where people are not spamming and people actually want to take their trading to the next level. So I understand this. We give as much free more than anybody in this entire planet, okay? But I actually didn't get anything free from trading. I had to pay for courses. I had to pay for the Toronto Trading Academy. I had to pay. These were elite $1 million traders and they were selling shit. So nothing is for free in life, okay? Nothing. There's always something that has a cost. We give as much for free here for you guys. And it's comments like this that, will get me turned off from being here from YouTube. But one individual is the person that doesn't stop us. But everything, no one is telling you, forcing you to sign up with us. I'm not saying sign up. I'm not saying here's free education. Here, this whole class is free. Go to the website. There's tutorials I'm doing for free. Everything is for free. If you want to take your trading to the next level and trade with a community, yes, then you can join, and that comes with a cost. That cost is like you're liable for your education. When I pay for something, I want to get the most out of it. Okay. If you give me something for free, I don't take it too serious. But if I pay for something, I'm going to get the most value. There's a gym down the street. It's $1 million gym. Why don't they have the gym open for free? Why do they charge a membership? Why do I got to pay $30 a month to go to the gym? Why? Ask those questions. Go to your local gym and say, multi-million-dollar gym. Why are the doors not open for the public to come in for free? Why is there a charge? Why do I got to go to the grocery store and buy milk? Why is the milk not for free? Why do you go to school to learn? Why is school not free? Why did I pay $80,000 of a university education? Why? Shouldn't it be free? You got to pay for shit in life, real life. You want value, you get better value when you pay for something. We give a great value on YouTube for free. This is your cost. Subscribe. Hit a like button. How much the effort or does that cost you guys to do that? Not much. Okay, guys, I don't want to watch this volume any longer. Like it's just inside here. So you guys are going to have to continue to watch this afternoon. If gold is going to do anything, again, remember, it's not going to trade inside here all day. Just watch the levels, watch clues, and see what happens. Okay, we had a first clue down there, but it didn't break down. But it did come down there and close initially below that hourly. So technically, if it does push down, they've done their job. So and it's still from the top coming down. Okay, but you guys know what to watch for. NASDAQ is just unbelievable. A new all-time high. Oh my goodness. This could be the squeeze of a century over here. And to everyone else, free Telegram channel. Everything we do is on here. You have a couple days left to enroll in why don't I do a free one-on-one for everybody here? You know, like you got to understand why there's a cost for something. Time costs money. You guys got to know that time is money. You know when they say that? Time is money, right? I'd love to do a one-on-one with everybody on this call, but that takes away from time with my family. So there's a cost for that. If you want that time, you got to pay for it to get me to sit down with you. So you get the 6-day stock and option bootcamp. You get a 3-month premium plan with all the indicators and everything, a one-on-one. And it's if you want to sign up, sign up. If not, no worries. Join us on YouTube again Monday. Next week we're in the stock and options bootcamp. So join Dave in the live New York sessions. And then I will be back next week, the following week on YouTube, and we'll be doing some Tokyo sessions. After that, we'll see again the Tokyo volume. And we were talking maybe to go a little later. We were always starting at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, right when the daily candle opens. Sometimes we see some chop and then we stay for till 8:30. Some of you guys were saying, Ron, can we start a little later because there's moves at 9 p.m. So maybe we'll start it next week. We start at 7:30 p.m. We'll do some analysis. We'll get our top done. We'll watch the futures market. We'll go and we'll stay from 7:30 to like 10 p.m. And maybe we'll see that time frame, that session. But we'll see how everything is moving. Okay, guys? And everyone else, all lifetimers, you guys are enrolled into the bootcamp. You guys will get your link Monday morning at 11 a.m. I'll post it in there 30 minutes before. And they are recorded. If you can't make it, they'll be uploaded to the website. Okay? So, everyone else, what is my suggestion for holding gold over the weekend? I don't know. You would have to wait for Donald Trump to speak this afternoon. Who knows what he's going to say and how it affects the markets? It's hard to say right now. The only question is, do you think that there's going to be a ceasefire, or do you think that war is going to continue over the weekend? That's how to gauge that if you're going to hold an overnight position. But I don't know what to say to that. That's a loaded question. There's so much variables to talk about. But okay, guys. Now let's stay 10 more minutes. Let's stay 10 more minutes. Let's watch this volume. Okay, 10 more minutes. No one's going anywhere. We're gonna stay. I'm not leaving. We're gonna stay 10 more minutes. Now it's pushing down. Okay, so you see a bullish engulfing candle built, but you see where it built, context. Okay, and then when we came out to this red zone, now it's pushing back down. Okay, so when it comes down, the green zone is still green. Maybe we'll find buyers come back up. But if they start to close it below here, we're going to flip this green zone red. And to address the selling the courses, like a lot of traders, streamers, whatever, sell courses, but they don't do shit live with you guys. They'll sell you a course and then show you a stub of a demo account or a prop firm that they made some money and sell you a course. We're live with you guys every single day for free. Like if you don't even need to sign up with us. No one's begging you to sign up. Everything we do is live. You guys get as much value on YouTube than as the guys do in the Zoom. It's just the guys in the Zoom get all the education, time with Dave, the Discord where I'm sleeping and Dave is sleeping, and then the Discord, Serge and Forex Borex and the entire team, you guys are trading together. The community. You're also joining a community. You're not just joining for a course. You're joining a trading community, right? You got Akimbo, Golden Light, Halvinder sharing their charts over here. Look at it, they got Bookmap. They're looking at order flow. Like Sniper Kitty, like Chris, AUD, sharing charts, working together. Forex Borex, Krina. Like you got a community here. A lot of the guys in this group are from day one, and they're here from $1 a day. You guys remember the $1 a day? I said for less than a price of coffee, the value you're gonna get is big time. Less than a price of coffee. With today's inflation, it's pretty good. $1 a day. If someone taught me this shit for $1 a day, I would be grateful. I would be thanking them every single day. You know how much money I spent at these academies? Toronto Trading Academy, $5,000 20 years ago. Do you know how much $5,000 was 20 years ago? It's like paying $25,000 today for 1 week to learn about nothing. Nothing, not even a candlestick. They were showing me income statements of financial statements that, oh my God. I look back at this and I'm like, what the hell did I learn? Emmanuel, where are you? I didn't mention you. I always mention you. Where are you? Emmanuel, Golden Light? That's you, right? Where are you? Emmanuel, Samuel? I get you two mixed up all the time. What's your Discord names? Where are you guys? Oh, Samuel. Okay, Golden Light. I got you. Yep. Emmanuel, yeah, I mention you on the Zoom always. There's lots of names to mention. Everyone. Okay, so you see, again, it came into the green box and buyers. So we're just bouncing around like a basketball, just down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So what I would do is not take a trade right now. I know we're about 6 minutes away from a new hourly candle. Maybe the hourly candle will bring in new volume, new momentum to break these levels. Always, if you're just sitting on the 5-minute candles, it doesn't hurt to peek at the 1-hour candles. Take a look at what's going on. Look at the 1-hour candle. This entire 1-hour candle is just a spin top now, where it came up, up, up to the red zone, came back down to the green zone, came right back up. Look, it might actually close virtually right where it opened, right? So you're not getting much direction unless in the next 5 minutes, it starts to come down now bearish, okay? But it's still retracing down to that big bullish hourly candle at 9 a.m. So it could retrace down, and yes, gold could go back up in the next couple hours with next leg up, right? But it could also close down there and then continue to fill that hourly wick and start to drop down to that hourly point of interest, 48.46. And we're looking for sells below 48.50. If it closes below and we get the confirmations, then gold could drop down to here, okay? But right now, we're still in this flag right here. And sorry, guys on Zoom, the webinar that I was supposed to upload today, I got some things to do with my son with the basketball team. I might upload this later tonight, if not tomorrow morning. It's on managing losses and drawdowns, the one I post in the psychology right over here. This series that I'm doing once a week. It'll be posted in here either later tonight or tomorrow morning. Okay. I just got to go with these kids for basketball. I'm also a basketball coach. Did you guys know that? Your man's is an assistant basketball coach at the high school team. I'm drawing those zones, 1-2-2, 2-3 zone. I got them doing suicide drills. They're like, well, I'm putting them through old school basketball drills, like when I was growing up. Karaoke on Friday nights, Christoph. Friday night karaoke. I'm a trader in the morning, basketball coach in the day, and a karaoke singer in the evenings. I can do it all. Can you dunk? I used to, believe it or not. Guys, there's a story, okay? Dave went to one high school. I went to another high school, okay? I crossed him over. Unbelievable. Like I almost broke his ankles. don't bring this story up to Dave. He gets pissed off when he hears this. But I crossed him over and he fell like on the ground. I felt so bad. But it was a nasty crossover. It was one of those Allen Iverson ankle breakers. It was. Is it a real background? What background? The background like here in my house? Yes, this is not a green screen. Oh, Coach Carter was a great movie. I might watch that this weekend. Yeah, those are jerseys, guys. Those are legit jerseys. That's a signed Michael Jordan, signed Patrick Waugh, and behind me, the signed Emmett Smith. I have a couple more jerseys in my garage, but yeah, I'm a big sports fan. Oh, guys, listen to my parlay. I put $500 on Montreal to beat Tampa Bay in the series. With that winnings, I'm parlaying it to the second round. And then with those winnings, we're taking it to the Eastern Conference. And with those winnings, we're going to parlay it into the Stanley Cup. $500. If Montreal wins Stanley Cup, everyone, we're going to go out for lunch and dinner on me. What is my height? Oh, I'm 5'11", but I like to say 6 foot. 5'11". But I round it up. Psychological numbers. I go to 6 foot. The Telegram channel, it's pinned at the top of YouTube. The Telegram. Guys, you can follow Stock Sniper Trading on Instagram. You can follow myself, Sniper Ronnie _FX on Instagram. You can follow Dave's Analysis on Instagram. We post on there a little bit. And you get to see us, what we do in our normal life other than just trading. But guys, that's it. 1 p.m. I'm out. I got to go get these kids ready for basketball. And have a great weekend. Enjoy the rest of your day. take some time to relax as well. Spend some time with your time and family, but spend some 1 hour on the charts, 2 hours maybe, 1 hour of journaling your trades that you took this week. Learn from your mistakes, capitalize on your winning trades. Learn. That's how you're going to get better as a trader. Make sure you're continuing with your journaling. That's how you learn. And then also do a nice, thorough top-down analysis. I will upload, guys, you saw on last week on YouTube, I uploaded the one on gold. You guys really like that. I got a lot of good feedback. Do you guys want me to do this week NASDAQ? I can do 2. I can make it like a 30-minute video if you want. Like this one, the weekly top-down analysis with alerts. You guys liked it. What I could do is I could do gold again, 15 minutes, and in the same call, 15 minutes NASDAQ. I know I was trying to keep them below 15, 20 minutes, but if I do 2 of them, 15 and 15 is about 30 minutes. Rav, US 30. You want that? Okay, Rav, my man, because you're my man. And did you know that UFC is in Winnipeg, Canada this week, Rav? A lot of some Canadians are fighting. Mike Mallet lives 30 minutes away from my house. He's in it. Yeah, it's a free one, but it's a fight night. Rav, okay, so what we'll do is gold and US 30. And I will upload it Sunday, maybe around noon, so you guys can all watch it prior to the market open. And I'll do a nice one on gold and US 30 for you guys, okay? Perfect, Rav. Rav, message me on the weekend. I want to catch up with you, Russ. Okay. Guys, that's it. Hope everyone had a great day. Enjoy the rest of your day. Again, gold is just consolidating in here. NASDAQ, false breakout coming in. Like if you see it breaking down, this is where maybe you can sell to the bottom of the zone if you like. Like if it breaks, maybe you place your stop loss above there and maybe you take it back down to the green zone. Like if you're looking for a sell on NASDAQ to push down, it got rejected, closed, but now it's coming back up. If you see like a double top and you see it get rejected again, that might be a signal to maybe sell in this consolidated area just to bring it down on a black leg, but it's still pushing back up. So if it comes back up and closes above here, again, that turns green, could be buying all-time highs, and gold is just being gold. It's stubborn today. Okay, everyone, and from myself and Dave and everyone at SST, have a blessed weekend. Enjoy your Friday evening and nice weekend. And we'll see you guys. I'll upload videos for you guys on YouTube all week. The tutorials, the analysis. Unfortunately, I won't be live with you guys on YouTube because we're in the boot camp. And Dave will be live with you guys next week and also the signals. Okay, guys? And then we'll come the following week, guys, on Tokyo sessions. Okay? Have a great weekend, everyone. Bless. See you guys. Have a good day. Thanks, guys. Captain Boom, you're done for the week. Your daily goal met. Bought the green box up. Sold the red one down. Small size on Friday. Zones and fibs. Amazing, bro. Looking forward to the options boot camp. My man, I can't wait. I'm so excited to get into the options. It's like a breath of fresh air when we get into it. You guys are going to learn a lot, okay? And really open up your perspective about the whole financial markets. Like, options are unbelievable. You guys will learn a lot, okay? Have a good day, everyone. Thank you guys so much. If you want to join the team, send us an email or go to the website and join up, okay? Remember that promo code for everything. That it's only going to last tonight and tomorrow. Then we got to get rid of it. Okay, guys? Have a good day. Thank you, guys. Rob, have a great weekend. Thank you, guys. I'm losing my voice.
Recording stopped.
No trades today, guys. Nothing really looked good on gold. So patience. Some days you trade, some days you don't.